I am Bree, and this car is a Bristol 401, year of manufacture 1951. It's an all aluminium body and the only car in Sri Lanka. This is a 2-liter engine with 3 Solex downdraft carbs. It's a 105 miles per hour car which the former owner has been able to achieve. Against the car, it's a dream. I never expected to own such a car. And I did not have much to restore because it's only done 31,000 miles. It's just the paint and the regular maintenance that I have been doing in this car. Previous owner was Joyce Fernando of Bogler Graphite. He told me that when this car was being manufactured, he was in the assembly line. And he toured the continent. He brought it to Sri Lanka, at that time Ceylon, and he took it back for the service back to England. So it's a very rare thing that anyone would do in this country. So many years ago I saw this car down Chatham Street on a Sunday, and I did not know what this car was, so I followed it. I went on the side, I overtook it. I thought the owner might scold me, but later I gave the car number and was able to identify what this car was, because this is very rare and hardly seen on the road. Well, subsequently I had the privilege of meeting him because he owned a Mazda and I was working at Brown's, and Dayasabe Singh from the battery department came up to me and said, "Do you know who this gentleman is?" I said, "I don't know." So he said, "He's the owner of the Bristol." So I went up to him whilst he was paying a bill. I said, "Excuse me, sir, are you the owner of the Bristol?" He said, "Yes, and it's not for sale." So I said, "Thank you," and I went off. But as time went by, he wanted to buy a Renault, which we were agents, and I took him for a test run in a Renault, and a couple of months later he came and said, "I have one good news and bad news. I cannot buy the Renault because it has no power steering," and I bought a Ford Telstar. So that was our relationship that it started with, and he subsequently told me, I say, if I ever sell this car, I would offer it if I sell it, because I was using a Jaguar 240 every day to my daily running, and he knew how I maintained that car, which I still have, and that was the beginning of the negotiations. And I'm proud and privileged to have this, because when I bought it, many people who had been after this car asked me how I got this. So I said I paid money and bought the car. So that's basically a long and short story of this car. Incidentally, there was another interesting story. When I finalized the deal, he told me that when he dies, that he would expect me to follow his hearse in this car. So we all laughed and we thought it was a joke, but subsequently when he passed away, I did do what he wished me to do. And I think all his friends appreciated what I did, because I followed the hearse to Kanatta.